Hello and welcome to this video training. In this video I'll be talking about the accounts module of the Glide Tidings ecosystem. So let's get started. So I'll click on accounts, and when I click on that page you can see here on the left menu we have different links. The first is fees, accounts, and then you got fee categories, your fee amounts, people specific fees, and then other links that we're going to talk about later in other videos. So in a school setup, of course, you've got pupils that pay fees. There are also some other transactions that you might want to record. Now, we'll be talking about transactions in later videos, but for now, we're going to be focusing on payments that pupils make. Now, before you can record payments, which will be done from this link here that says record payment, before you can record any payments in the system, you need to define the fees that are payable by the pupils. And you can see here in this table that I've already defined some fees. Now each fee, if you want to create a new fee, all you need to do is to click on this link that says new, and then you're going to see a form that allows you to type the details of the fee that you're adding. So you type in the fee name, and then you can give a description if the fee is not something that is easy to understand. And then you can tick this checkbox that says is active, and you can specify when the fee is payable, whether it is payable per year or it is payable per term, or it is a one-off fee, meaning that is only paid once when the pupil comes, and after that that's it. Or maybe it's a fee, if it's a fee that is payable per pupil, meaning that it can be paid at any time. For example, a fine, or it is some balance that has been owed previously. Okay, so we'll be talking about all these different categories of fees, types of fees, and how you can record them. And then we'll also be looking at some reports later on. So I have quite a number of fees here. So I'm going to add a fee that I can delete later. So let's assume that we want to add something called exam fee. All right. So I can type here exam fee. In fact, let me even qualify it. Let me call it grade 7 exam fee. Okay, so I can put a description, but it's not really needed because this name is self-explanatory. And then I can tick here that this is active. Now, is this payable per year? Is it payable per term? Is it payable one-off or per pupil? So you can say this is payable one-off. Now, you have to be careful with this per pupil. This per pupil should only be done for things like fines, which you can't really say, okay, this is payable per year, or it's payable per term, or it's one-off. It can be done at any point. For instance, excuse me, if a pupil lost a book in the library, or maybe they did some wrong stuff and then you punish them with a fine. Those are the things that you can say that this is payable per pupil. Okay, but every other fee, for example, PTA or school fees or other stuff that you have to charge the pupils for, you can pick any of these three categories here. So for this grade 7 exam fee, it's not really payable per term, because per term would mean that the system is going to check whether the pupil has paid for a particular term. And if it's per year, it would mean that every year the system will be checking, right? So you can simply say that this is a one-off fee. They only paid once, and then after that, that's it. So we can say that this grade 7 exam fee is one-off, and then we click update. So you can see that that fee appears in the list of fees. Now there's some other fees that are already created here, and I can just give you an example or an explanation of what these fees mean. So you can see that there is a fee called stationery, and for all school stationery stuff, and it's payable per year. So that means when somebody, let's assume that we are charging the pupils 700 for stationery. It means that if a pupil has paid this, even if they paid it in the first term, the system won't look forward to the pupil paying the same fee in the second term or in the third term. Now, these fees can be paid at any point in the year, and they can be paid incrementally. So if you charge the pupil 700, it doesn't mean they have to pay the 700 all at once. They can pay 20 kwacha today, tomorrow they pay 100, and so forth until they finish. But the system will simply be expecting that this has been paid in a particular academic year, and every year it has to be paid. And then we have another fee here called school fees that is payable per term. So which means if you say that school fees is payable, if your pupils are supposed to pay, let's say 1,300 per term, it would mean that every term the system will be checking that the pupil has paid this amount, 1,300. And if it's 1,300, it would mean that in a year the system expects to have 3,900. Okay. And then you have this other fee, which I just called PS balance, pupil specific balance. And this is something that you can do, especially for those of you that that have not been using this system, but you want to start using it, and you have some pupils that are owing from previous terms. So such amounts that are being owed by the pupils, you can't really record it as, as a fee. You can't say, okay, this is, you can't record it and say this is payable per term. So you can simply create a fee which you're going to use to record all the balances that are being owed by the pupils. Now, you only do this the first time that you start using this system. From that point onwards, you don't need to be every time recording the opening balance, because the system will automatically track and show you how much each pupil is paying, is supposed to pay in each term. So that's this fee. You can call this fee anything. In fact, I can edit it and say, I can just click here, say edit, and then I just call it opening balance instead of PS balance. I can do something like that, and then say update. Okay, so you can see that now it's called opening balance. And then another type of fee is this one here, which is called one-off, which we actually created, grade 7 exam fee. And then I also created another one here called fine. So opening balance is a bit different from fines. Of course, both are payable per pupil, which means it can be paid at any time. It's not really like payable per term or per year. But fines, you can use this, you can put a description there. Okay, so if somebody has lost a book or for some other kind of fine, maybe for indiscipline, then you charge them. Now later in another video, I'm going to show you how you can record these pupil specific fees, and I'm going to show you how you can record even these other kinds of fees, how you can see what a pupil is owing. Okay, we're going to cover that in some other videos. So this is how you define fees. In the next video, I'm going to show you how you can write or specify how much is payable for each of these fees. Thank you.